Hello everyone, I am Gagandeep and I welcome you all to my channel GS Blogs. This video is all about matching headings. In this video, I am going to discuss three things. First thing, I am going to show you a effective and very powerful technique for getting matching headings correct every time. Secondly, I will solve a real Ielts reading text by applying this strategy. Thirdly, we will learn how to differentiate between two or more similar headings and choose the correct one. But before moving forward, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon button to get the notification of my videos. So let's start. Firstly, let's have a quick look on journal information about this question type. It is one of the hardest question type in IELTS reading, but don't worry, I will show you how to tackle this type of questions. Basically, these questions test our ability to understand the main theme or idea of each paragraph. There are 5 to 7 matching heading questions that can come in our IELTS exam. We have to pick one heading for each paragraph from the given list of headings. There are always more headings than paragraphs. So now let's have some tips and tricks to solve these questions quickly and correctly. Firstly, if they come in exam, do them first. What I mean is that, let's say if they come in the section 2 or section 3 of IELTS reading, solve them first. Why? Because once you solve them, you can get the basic understanding of the passage, which helps you to solve other questions based on that passage easily. Second point is, read the passage first and don't look at heading at all. Third point is, we need to understand each paragraph by reading its topic sentence. What a topic sentence is, it is a way to make it clear to reader what the paragraph is all about. Generally, first sentence is the topic sentence, so we can read first or a second sentence and the last one to get the main idea of a paragraph. But it's not a rule. We need to read enough to get a basic understanding of the paragraph. We need to quickly understand the general meaning of a paragraph without reading every word of it. That is skimming the paragraph. Skimming does not mean just reading quickly. It means focus on certain parts of the paragraph to understand its meaning. Now, based on our understanding, we have to write a title for each paragraph on our own words. Okay. Now, fourth point is, look at the headings in the heading list and highlight the keywords for each headings. Fifth step is, now we need to start matching our headings with the given list. First, we should match the obvious one. Okay. Now, for the confused one, write all the possible headings beside the paragraph. Now look for the synonyms in the highlighted heading keywords in the paragraph. Try to differentiate between possible headings. If you are not able to decide some of the headings, leave it and do other question of the passage. Sometimes answer reveal itself later on. If you are confused, let me explain and simplify it for you. We need to do two things. First, we need to understand the paragraph and create our own headings. Second point is matching our own headings to the headings given in the list. Okay. This is a passage from an IELTS reading test from section 3. Now let's implement our strategy and see how we quickly solve this passage. But firstly, let's read the instructions. The instructions are very clear that reading passage has 7 paragraphs from A to G, okay? And we need to choose the correct heading for the paragraph A to G from the list below. Okay, we need to write the number 1 to 9 in the boxes 27 to 32 on your answer sheet. Guys, it's very important that we should note this point. We should not write in numbers, as it's clearly mentioned over there that we have to write the symbols in the Roman. Okay, so our first point is we need to read the passage and skip the headings. So these are the list of headings, so we don't need to read them. We directly move to the passage first. Okay, and then we need to do the skimming. And what is skimming? Skimming is to read, to get a to read quickly. What is skimming? Skimming does not mean read quickly, it means focus on certain part of a paragraph to understand its meaning. And what we need to do is we need to read the topic sentence for each paragraph and one or two more sentences to get the main idea of that paragraph. So our paragraph starts from here. Okay, and second point is that we need to make our heading. The reason why we should make our heading is that it is impossible for us to write a heading without understanding the passage. So when we write a heading, it means we already get the general idea or theme of the text, which is the only requirement to answer such questions. Okay, so now let's move to our first paragraph. The first paragraph is bobbies are a small group of seabirds native to the tropical and subtropical ocean throughout the world. Okay, their diets consist mainly of fish. Okay, now let's read the last sentence. Surprisingly, individuals do not eat with the hunting group, okay, preferring to eat on their own and usually in the early morning or the afternoon. So, by reading these three sentences, I get to know that this paragraph is all about food, okay, food habits, we can say, or hunt food habits we write. So this is our heading. Okay, so we write it here. Now we move to the second paragraph. Okay, there are three varieties on the Galapagos. Okay, what is Galapagos? Galapagos is a location somewhere in the world. I don't know, but I know that it's a noun. How? Because here is a article, so articles only come before any noun. Okay, so there are three varieties on the Galapagos: the blue-footed, red-footed, and masked bodies. They are all member of the same family. Okay, so it means this paragraph is all about the classification. Okay, because here author talk about the types, right? Okay, so it's all about the classification. Okay, so this is our heading for this paragraph. We do not need to do it because it's already done by the uh, examiners, as we see here that paragraph C is answer 9. Okay, so we can avoid it, but let's move to the fourth one. uh, Fourth one is the blue-footed bobbies characteristic feet play significant part in their famous courtship ceremony and bubitas. Okay, the male walks around female. Okay, and let's when ready the female blue-footed will lay one of the three eggs. So guys, here uh, it's about famous courtship ceremony. What is courtship? Courtship means romance, and no, there are some birds which dance when they have to do mating. So I think this paragraph is all about mating, because here it's clearly mentioned that courtship ceremony. Okay, so and here we get the clue from here that when ready the female blue-footed bobby lay one of the three eggs. So after the romance, they lay down the eggs. Okay, so it's about matting, I think. Okay, so we write the heading of this paragraph, that is matting. Okay, so now let's move to fifth one, and next paragraph, after matting. So from here we also get clue that the last paragraph is all about matting. Two or three eggs are laid in a swallow depression on flat or gently sloping ground. Both male and female take turns incubating the eggs. Guys, incubating means to keep eggs warm so that chicks come out of from the eggs, and it means the word we can use is hatching eggs. Okay, or we can write incubating as well, because we don't know what is written in the paragraph, in the headings. Okay, so this will be our heading for this paragraph. Now let's move to the next paragraph, after hatching. So guys, from here we also get a clue that last paragraph is all about hatching. Okay, so the male play a major role in bringing fish home. So he can bring back a constant supply of small fish for chicks, which must be fed continuously. So it's mean, what it's mean, the feeding. Male feeding the chicks. Okay, feeding the chicks. uh, okay, so it means feeding the chicks. This paragraph is about feeding the chicks. Okay, the sooner or later the need of feed, okay, and the need young become greater than the need of to protect them. So protection also. Okay, so we write these words here. All right, so now let's move to the next. When times are good, the parents may successfully fledge all three chicks, but in harder times they may still lay as many eggs but only obtain enough food to raise one. So from here we get to know that there is a shortage of food. Okay, and the problem is usually solved by somewhat system of sibling murder. So okay, and the system ensure that if possible at least one chick will survive a period of shortage. Okay, so period of shortage, I think survival in less food. Okay, survival in less food. Okay, because here is starvation also. Starvation means uh, hungry. Okay, so when some people hungry when there is a less food. So next step is to match our own heading to the list of headings. Okay, so what I did, I for each paragraph question I write the our own headings in front of them. Okay, so that we don't need to go up and down again. So these are the our red one is our own, the option, the titles which we chose. Okay, and the blue ones are the possible uh, headings from the heading list. Okay, so for example, paragraph A, our title is food habits. So let's match food habits with the any of these given list. Food habits, there is no mention of food habits. So is a food habit, so it can be an answer for our question. So and diving for seafood, so here is a food again, seafood, so it can also be our answer. So I write uh, 2, option 2 and option 6. Okay, so uh, there is no confirmed answer, so we leave it as of now, because first step is to choose the obvious one. Okay, so for the paragraph B, our title is classification. So let's say if there is any classification word is mentioned in the uh, given titles. So here classification of boys, so there is only one option, there is no other option which is similar to the classification. So answer of our second paragraph is option 5. So we write it and we are 100% sure about it. Okay, so now let's move to the next paragraph D. Our heading is matting. So let's see if there is any similar word used in the heading. So yeah, this eighth is the matting and breeding. So this is the only available option, so I think this is the answer. And so we write matting and breeding, and for that we also 100 again 100% sure. Okay, for the paragraph E we write hatching and incubating. Let's see if there is any word hatching or incubating mentioned in the list of headings. uh, the first option, hatching the chicks. So this is very similar to what we wrote. Hatching the chicks and incubating and hatching have the same meaning. So this may be the possible answer for our question. Let's check if there any other option. No, there is no other option. So this is this is our answer. Okay, for the paragraph E. So option number one, the unusual way of hatching the chicks. Now move to the next paragraph, paragraph F. So our title is feeding the chicks and protection. Okay, let's see if there is an okay. Uh, so here feeding habits, feeding its habits but not to chicks, so it can't be our option. And secondly, it's for red footed bobbies, whereas we are the whole paragraph is all about blue footed baby bobbies. So let's move this option, rearing the young. Rearing means feeding and providing protection and help chicks to grow. So this can be our option. Okay, let's move. Yeah, this is the only logical answer for the our paragraph. So for paragraph E, the rearing the young. For the next paragraph, we write survival in less food. So let's see. I think there is only one option. This option number 7, during the surviving mechanism during the food shortage period. So we are 100% sure that its heading should be this one. Okay, so now we left with the only one. So for this one we need to read a little bit more. Okay, so let's read the paragraph again. The diet consists of mainly fish. Okay, they are specialized fish eater. Okay, and flying fish. When they prey in the sight, they fold their long wings around their streamlined bodies and plunge into the water. Okay, this is also given somewhere. Let's read it again. So they fold their wings. So it is also mentioned in the list of heading. So let's go again. Let's check. Yes, folding wings for the purpose. Okay, so this can be our option as well. So we wrote it here again. Okay, folding wings. So now we have three, and we need to choose one. So the first, this can't be the answer because it's only for red-footed, whereas paragraph talk about the journal bobbies. Okay, so option 2 we delete. Okay, so only now we left with two, diving for seafood and folding wings for the purpose. Okay, they fold their long wings around the streamlined bodies and plunge into the water from as high, so streamlined they barely make a splash. They travel in parties for water and large pollutions when they board fish. Okay, okay, the answer should be answer can't be folding the wings for the purpose. This cannot be the answer. Because why? Because this is the although it's mentioned in the paragraph, uh, um its meaning is very small. It's not represent the theme of the whole paragraph. Okay, this is only one of the things they do when they dive. They when they go for food. Apart from that, they also know they dive from 80 feet
and they travel in parties. Okay, area of water with large school of fish, and when they lead bird see a fish shoal in the water, it signals the rest of the group. They dive together. Okay, so if we choose this point, folding the long wings, it not represent the meaning of the whole paragraph. Okay, whereas diving for seafood. Okay, why they diving in the paragraph? If we see the whole activity, they're telling us that the bobbies are not diving into the sea or on the ocean for getting the fishes which are their food. So we can say seafood, and for seafood they are diving into the ocean. And in this, they it's clearly mentioned that how they dive, uh, in how many number, they are going 12 numbers. Okay, and they give the signal to the rest of the, so it's the whole the procedure are given. So this will be the suitable answer for uh, this paragraph, option number 6. Okay, so we delete it. So this is the how we can solve our matching headings, guys. As it takes a lot of time for me to solve it, because uh, along with solving I need to teach you and explain everything. But when we do it a practice, it's the only method by which we solve 100% correctly, and plus we solve it very very quickly. Okay, so instead of wasting time to read all paragraph, or sometime we mark wrong answer without reading the paragraph fully or understand it fully. So we should apply this, uh, we should start practicing using this method, and get the score we need in the IELTS. Okay, this is all about this is all from my side. Thank you very much for